Are you really chasing what matters? Picture this. Your alarm goes off. It's early, but instead of hopping out of bed and seizing the day, you reach for your phone. Just 5 minutes, you tell yourself. Fast forward. Those 5 minutes snowball, and suddenly it's 45 minutes later. You've scrolled through YouTube shorts, laughed at some funny videos, and somehow ended up watching a stranger's wedding video. Relatable? Yeah, me too. Here's the kicker. It wasn't even your to-do list that consumed your morning. It was distractions, misplaced priorities. Today, we're taking a closer look at this sneaky habit that impacts all of us. We're going to figure out why we do it, how it's hurting us, and most importantly, what we can do to fix it, all with a little humor to keep things light. Let's keep it simple. Misplaced priorities happen when we spend time or energy on things that don't actually align with our goals or values. They aren't always obvious. You don't wake up one day and say, I'm going to waste my entire day on nonsense. It's more like choosing to watch 4 hours of TV instead of finally working on that side hustle you keep saying is important. Sound familiar? Misplaced priorities can take many forms. Focusing on the urgent instead of the important, filling your day with busy work that doesn't move the needle, or saying yes to everything, even when you don't have the time. The trickiest part? They show up disguised as harmless habits or even responsibilities. But over time, they pile up and keep you from doing what really matters. So, why do we fall into this trap? Well, first, there's this thing called instant gratification. Scrolling through social media or replying to every message feels good in the moment. Your brain gets a little dopamine hit every time, which keeps you coming back for more. Second, we live in a world that worships productivity, but not in a good way. Society tells us to go, 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 to always appear busy, even if that busy doesn't translate to meaningful results. You ever spent hours doing work that felt urgent, but wasn't important at all? That's the productivity trap right there. Lastly, let's not forget distractions. From Netflix's autoplay feature to smartphones buzzing every 10 minutes, we're constantly pulled in 1,000 directions. And because everything feels urgent, it's easier to lose sight of what's truly important. Here's the reality. Misplaced priorities can leave us feeling unfulfilled no matter how busy our lives seem. Imagine spending years climbing a ladder, only to realize it's been leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. That's the danger of prioritizing the wrong things. Let me paint you a picture. Say you've always dreamed of learning how to paint, but instead of signing up for that art class, you spend weeks binge-watching shows about people learning to paint. You justify it by saying, "Oh, I'm learning techniques." But be honest, you're not taking any real action, are you? Don't worry though. We've all fallen into this trap. I mean, who among us hasn't organized their sock drawer as a way to procrastinate? It's not laziness, it's misplaced energy. Okay, enough with the guilt trip. The good news is that we can fix this. And no, it doesn't involve becoming a productivity robot or abandoning all your chill time. Realigning your priorities starts with one simple question. What's truly important to me? When you strip away distractions, what do you actually care about? Is it advancing in your career? Strengthening relationships? Improving your health? Once you're clear on your values and goals, it becomes easier to spot what's pulling you away from them. Let's get practical. Here's a step-by-step guide to wrestle those priorities back into place. Step 1. Learn to say no. Here's the hard truth. Time is limited, so yes to one thing often means no to something else. Practice saying no, whether it's to endless social media, unnecessary obligations, or yes, even that third Netflix episode. Think of it this way. Every no creates space for a meaningful yes. Step 2. Prioritize long-term rewards. The key here is to focus on activities that align with your bigger goals. It's not about instant results, but steady progress. For example, instead of scrolling on your phone during your lunch break, use that time to learn a new skill or revisit a neglected passion. Step 3. Create focus time. Let's face it, distractions aren't going anywhere, but we can control when we let them in. Schedule blocks of focus time to dive deep into important work, with zero interruptions. And if that sounds impossible, start small. Even 30 minutes of uninterrupted work daily can create a big shift over time. Of course, it's easier said than done. There are a few common roadblocks you'll face, but don't worry, let's tackle them head on. First up, guilt over saying no. It's easy to feel like you're letting people down, but remember, prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. If someone truly values you, they'll respect your boundaries. Next, there's FOMO, fear of missing out. That nagging worry that everyone else is out there living their best life while you're at home studying, working, or resting. Newsflash: nobody's life is as glamorous as it looks on Instagram. Stick to your goals. FOMO fades, but regret sticks around. Lastly, distractions will test your willpower. When your phone's buzzing or your favorite show autoplays, don't beat yourself up for struggling to resist. Instead, set boundaries. Tools like app blocks or timers are a lifesaver here. Quick confession: I once spent an entire afternoon researching the science of procrastination instead of, actually finishing my work. Really productive, right? My point is, we all fall victim to misplaced priorities. And that doesn't make us failures, it makes us human. Let's laugh at our quirks. Like, have you ever deep cleaned your fridge at 2 a.m. just because you didn't want to start that essay? Or opened a new tab to Google something work-related and ended up watching cute dog videos? Don't worry, you're in good company. At the end of the day, misplaced priorities aren't some giant villain waiting to take over your life. They're small, often invisible choices we make each day. The goal isn't to eliminate them completely. It's to minimize their impact and refocus on what actually matters. So, take a moment today to think about where your time is going. What could you shift or let go of to create more space for the things that truly matter? It doesn't have to be a massive life overhaul. Change starts with one small, intentional step. If this video made you think, even for a second, about the ladder you're climbing, give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who's most definitely scrolling TikTok right now. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Drop us a comment. What's one misplaced priority you want to kick to the curb? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insights served with humor. Remember, time is finite. Let's spend it wisely. Starting now.